Imam Azhari, and our group have chosen the National Zoo for our Sulam assignment. So the National Zoo is managed by the Malaysian Zoological Society, a non-governmental organization established to create the first local zoo for Malaysians that become houses over 5,157 species of animals, including 476 fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals on 110 acres of land. Furthermore, there are a lot of programs provided by the National Zoo, such as the SR program, Students Practical Course, Package for Adoption, and Typical program that we choose.
Now I will present about introduction on non-governmental organization. Firstly, definition of NGO. NGO are mission-driven, independent from government control and focus on social, humanitarian or environmental issue. Next is funding resource. NGO can funding by government grants, private donation and international institution. Secondly, function of NGO is provide expertise and information to global and organization. Other than that, NGO also offer humanitarian relief and development assistance. Moving next to objective of Zoo Negara. Firstly is role and mission. Main mission of Zoo Negara is protecting animals, educating the public and encouraging community involvement. Secondly is animal protection, like offer proper nutrition and give veterinary care. Thirdly is education and public awareness, like runs the Keeper program that allowing volunteers to experience wildlife care firsthand. Lastly is conservation and research that collaborating with other university and research institutions to improve conservation knowledge and practices.
Under the Keeper program, there are various activities available for the volunteers to do throughout the program in helping the zoo in maintaining the animal welfare and the cleanliness of the zoo. Among the tasks that will be done by the volunteers at the zoo are cleaning the animal cage, in which they are required to clean the area where the animals are placed before they are displayed to the visitors. Volunteers will clean up food left by the animals, such as leftover grass, vegetables and fruits. According to the Perhilitan, the zoo must be concerned about the cleaning of the enclosures for the comfort and safety of the animals. On the other hand, volunteers will be given the opportunities to feed the animals. The food given must be appropriate for the animal species and must vary according to the feeding time. For example, volunteers need to feed the buffalo with dry grass first before being given a pellet. It is important for volunteers to give the animals a food that is rich in sufficient nutrients. Furthermore, other activities available for volunteers are they are required to clean the yard area where the animals are placed before being exhibited. In the yard, volunteers will clean the dry leaves that are scattered on the ground to make it easier for trucks delivering food for the animals to enter the area. By cleaning the dry leaves, it can prevent the breeding of Aedes mosquitoes, which reproduce in leaves that have a rainwater reservoir where it can bring a negative impacts to the animals and the visitors. Other than that, volunteers are also responsible to help the zookeepers to ensure that the zoo is always in a clean condition by throwing rubbish in the right place. This activity can contribute to the zoo's environment that is always clean. Besides, under the Keeper program, volunteers also can participate in exhibit project, where volunteers need to help the zoo in preparing for the exhibition programs that will be carried out. This includes painting activities and also beautifying and decorating the zoo. These activities aim to brighten up the zoo area so that visitors feel excited and happy to walk throughout the zoo and enjoy their wonderful experience at the zoo.
Next, I will share about the contribution of Zoo Negara to social development in our country. The first one is education. Zoo Negara is a good place to learn. It helps to spread awareness about wildlife. For example, the Keeper programs allow students to learn how to take care of animals. Students also get to see how zookeepers manage the animals every day. The second one is conservation. Zoo Negara helps to protect endangered animals. They do this by breeding them. Once the animals are strong and healthy, they are released back into the wild. This helps to balance the ecosystem. The third one is research. Zoo Negara is also a living lab. Students can join the Students' Research Program. They can do surveys, observe animal behavior and do research. This is useful to train future veterinarians and zoologists. The fourth one is Recreation Center. Zoo Negara is a fun place for families. Children can enjoy activities like the Children's World. They can learn through play and get their early education about animals and nature. The last one, economy and workforce. Zoo Negara also helps our economy. It provides job opportunities, so it reduces unemployment. It also gives training to veterinary and zoology students, so they are ready to join the workforce and help the country.
Okay, so we will move to the SWOT analysis, where the National Zoo strength is providing facilities. So Zoo Negara offers Keeper participants tools, lockers and bricks for cleaning animal enclosure, ensuring a comfortable and safe environment for their task. Other than that, the National Zoo also granting protection. The National Zoo prioritizes visitor safety and trust, ensuring no unexpected accidents that could happen. Zookeepers monitor animal behavior and provide detailed instruction to prevent harm to animals and participants. Other than that, we have the weaknesses for the National Zoo. So first of all, limited choices of food. So the zoo's limited food choice, including flavored bread and plain water, are unappealing and unsuitable for the 52 ringgit fee. So participants may have expect more appropriate and energy boosting food options. Other than that, obscure schedule. So participants at the zoo were unaware of their schedule, including gathering time, break time, and program end time. Lack of detailed task distribution and delayed prevents hinder preparation.
Now we go to the opportunity, which is new knowledge experience skill. The critical program can provide new knowledge to volunteers, such as how to care for animals and the importance of animal conservation. This is because the volunteers help the zookeeper clean the animal cage and the surrounding, as well as feed the animals, which give the volunteers knowledge about how to care for and what the poor animal eats. Apart from that, the volunteers also gain new experiences as experience in managing a group and distributing work to the group members so that the work can be complete faster. Other than that, the volunteer also gain new skills such as skill in the team play so that the players that look or will look more attractive. Next, we go to the trick, which is negative review. Negative review from the volunteers can impact the critical program. This is because there may be a volunteers who are not satisfied with the way this program is managed, because program manager first volunteer based on how many people they are placing. So, volunteers that come in large group have to separate from the member. Even if there's a volunteer who consult with the program manager, the chance for the volunteer to work in a group may be slim. Furthermore, the full entry that provide is not sufficient with the work done by the volunteer. This is because program manager only provide one bread and one bottle of mineral water. But the work done by the volunteers are very heavy and requires full entry that give more energy and stay hydrated, which cause the volunteer to leave negative review that can impact program manager, the critical program and the zone negara.
Now, I will continue with briefly share to all of you about Zoo Negara Malaysia and how it's bring positive impact through conservation, education, and tourism. As we know, Zoo Negara was opened in 1963 in Selangor. It has grown into a center for wildlife protections, public education, and ecotourism. It benefits students, researchers, families, and even national policymakers. First, in terms of conservation, the zoo is home to over 5,000 animals from 100 of species. One of its biggest achievements is the breeding program for the Malayan tiger, which helps save this endangered species. It's also worked with China to bring pandas to Malaysia and successfully had a panda cub born in 2014. Zoo Negara also rescues animals that are hurt or illegally trafficked, giving them a safe home and raising awareness about wildlife protections. Second, in education, the zoo offers the Keeperku program, where students get to experience how zookeepers work behind the scenes. This program helps young people understand animals care and encourage interest in nature and science. The zoo also supports STEM education and holds public events like Earth Day to promote environmental awareness. Lastly, Zoo Negara supports tourism and the local economy. Before COVID-19, it had over 500,000 visitors each year. It creates jobs, supports local businesses, and even runs volunteer programs where people can help care for animals. In short, Zoo Negara is not just a zoo, but it's a conservation leader, an educational space, and a valuable part of Malaysian tourism industry.
I will share several recommendations for Keeperku to improve their management. Firstly, provide food for volunteers. Providing meals or refreshments might seem like a small thing, but it plays a huge role in keeping volunteers motivated. When volunteers are not given proper food, especially if they have already paid to join, they may feel unappreciated and lose motivation. To improve this, Keeperku should offer nutritious meals or meal coupon to help them stay energized throughout their day. Since Keeperku is a non-governmental organization, the program can also seek support from the community to cover food expenses. When volunteers feel cared for, they are more likely to enjoy their work and also give positive feedback towards that program. Secondly, health and safety. Volunteers often handle tasks like cleaning enclosures or feeding animals, which can be risky. That's why it's essential they receive basic safety training before starting, covering things like animal handling, emergency step, and using protective gear such as gloves, safety shoes, and face masks. They should also be taught about animal behavior, especially for animals that may be aggressive or easily stressed. To keep everyone safe and comfortable, volunteers must have access to clean drinking water, rest areas, and first aid kits. Routine health checkups are also important for those regularly exposed to animal waste or chemicals. With the right safety measures in place, volunteers can work confidently, effectively, and responsibly. Thirdly, transparent task list and schedule. Keeperku should provide a transparent task list and schedule to all volunteers. This means assigning tasks, setting time frame, and explaining roles, ideally 3 days or 2 a week before the program starts. The schedule can be shared through WhatsApp or other social media so everyone can see and prepare ahead of time. This helps volunteers manage their responsibilities more efficiently and ensure all activities run smoothly without confusion or overlap. Lastly, improve program visibility and accessibility. Many people still don't know about volunteer programs like Keeperku unless they are involved in school club or assignment. Promoting volunteer activities and achievement through social media can change that. For example, posting pictures and stories of volunteers feeding animals, cleaning enclosures, or educating visitors can inspire others to get involved. When people see the real impact these volunteers have, it creates awareness and encourage a more human attitude towards wildlife conservation. This is not only strengthen the program, but also increase public support for protecting wild animals and their habitat. Thank you.
In conclusion, Zoo Negara have achieved many success and brought great benefit to the country, people and wildlife. Thus, Zoo Negara have to maintain its image and name as a tourist place, conservation place and education place, so that they play their part in showing their commitment in preserving biodiversity.